So definitely welcome everyone to your 1 hour, more or less, AI Skills Fest webinar. My name is Nora Daniels, and I will be your instructor for this 1 hour. You can call me Nora. But what we're going to be looking at is focusing on AI in action and how to unlock the productivity of AI, more so Copilot, as a part of your work or personal utilization of improving processes. I hope everyone's day has started off well, or night, or even morning, because I've had students from all over the world so far in these sessions. But before I get too far into the material, I want to make sure that I am coming in loud and clear on your end. So if you can just give me a raise hand, because I think that's the only thing you can select on the reactions, or type in chat. Yeah, Nora, I can hear you. That'll be perfect. Excellent, excellent. Thank you all. And what this seminar was created for is, I don't know if you heard, but it's big deal Holyfield. Microsoft is 50 years old, supposedly. And they have been pushing that out through the news, of course, through their forums, through their partnerships. And one of the big things they did was say a big push for the 50 years is our really big focus on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So they created this 50 days of AI discovery and learning. And this is more for the business users of how to use AI in action, get a little bit of exposure to it. And one of the big things they did with the push is created a lot of imagery about their 50 years. And they put things on the image that some people might recognize, some people might not, but they did it with generative AI, just to give you a background story about that. So we're going to talk about some of the capabilities for the business case of its use. So yes, AI in action. We got to look at, again, my name is Nora Daniels. You can call me Nora for those who had just joined us. Being able to look at this interactive session for jumpstarting your interests in AI and maybe giving you a little bit of exposure to it, just enough to get, like we say, your feet wet, or get a toe into the lake to make sure it's something that you want to jump into. We hope you want to jump into it with both feet and just start off small, but use it to take actions to improve your processes, especially not just for personal use, but for corporate. And we're not just doing that. This is not just a big push for AI, because Microsoft is really pushing the use of the technology. They are trying to break barriers with its use, even to the point that for this AI Skills Fest, these 50 days, they're going to record who all joins the sessions. And what they're trying to do is get the most people to ever attend an online session ever, on record with the Guinness books. So what they have done is give us the information to give to you. You might have gotten that in the welcome, say, hey, go register. But this is the site. Look for the register button in the top left-hand side. It will have a little bit of the material, and then it has like a practice assessment in it that has like 2 questions. You can ask those questions correct or not. You just have to take it. And what it would do is give you a badge that you have attended the AI Skills Fest for AI in action. And they'll confirm your attendance. And if they beat the record, you'll get a letter, official letter, saying you are part of the Guinness World Record Challenge. And we have actually had the most people in the session ever. And the Guinness book is going to write that up and give you that recognition there. But you get the badge for the training, so that can be something you can promote as a part of your skill sets. So I gave you the link. That will be the final step. I'll reiterate its implementation at the end of the presentation, but go ahead and get that knocked out if you can. You can ask questions during the session, but keep it focused on the content that we're covering. If you have some more advanced questions, we'll more than likely be able to take that offline. But let's jump into the material. So what is this going to be covering? We get the welcome. We're going to unlock your AI mindset. Say, are you using artificial intelligence like Copilot or any other similar virtual assistant? We want to see if you're using your AI work buddy to enhance value, provide relevancy, expediency, and accuracy when you're working as part of information technology or intellectual property as a part of your business. We want to solve real world problems. And we want to give you a little kickstart to jump into AI and the Copilot use. And one of those critical areas is asking AI effectively what you're looking for. You can ask a question to AI and it can give you some generic results. But if you are more detailed, terse, give an example, say what you want and how you want it, AI is going to look at trying to give you something as close as possible to your requirements. And if it's not, you do something what we call iterative prompting. You adjust, say that's close, but not close enough. Let me tell you what I really want. So plan it small, but get into it now because it's not going away. It's getting more and more optional features, increased capabilities. So we want to work smarter and not always harder because oftentimes we're doing more with less now as a business, as a industry. So when you're looking at your world, let's get a little bit of information about you. My name is Nora, and I'm from Texas, actually the capital, Austin, Texas. So I'm based on Central Time. Where are you guys coming from? Give me an idea, because I've had people all over the world so far. Where you are joining from? You don't have to say the city. You can just say the state. But you want to say the city? You can call that out. I've had people from Texas in class. Fort Worth. That's what I'm talking about, Brian. I was waiting for it. But Florida's in the house. Dallas is in the house. Dallas, Texas. Nice. Michigan's in the house. Hope the weather's okay up there. Branford, Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts, Pittsburgh. So it's a mix of people here. Chicago's in the house. There you go. Now, thinking about AI, give me an adjective that represents how you feel about AI right now. Are you feeling ambitious? Saying, I'm going to knock it out. I'm going to use it as a great tool. Are you feeling focused? Saying, I'm ready to learn a little bit more about it because I want to run with it and utilize it effectively. Are you leery? Saying, hold on now. We got to tame the beast, but it's still a beast. What are you feeling about AI right now? Claire says, giddy. It's an exciting world we're living in. And I know all of us have seen those movies where AI went crazy. Well, it looked like AI went crazy, but let's get real. AI is software programmed by somebody. Crazy people program it, the software can go crazy. So we got to do it. We got to use it effectively, but we also have to use it with a great level of responsibility. Intrigued. Nice. See where this is going and where it can take you. Nancy, still learning, but loving it. It's a tool. Let's picture you want to put a nail into the wall. Are you going to use your hand to try to bang it into the wall? You can have some hard hands. Hey, how we get nails in the wall before when there was no hammers? Are you going to get a rock and bang it into the wall? These are tools. Or you going to get a hammer that's designed to bang that nail into the wall. That is AI. It's software that's designed to do certain things. And you have to make sure you understand that it's not just you training AI to respond to what you want. It's AI training you to ask better inquiries to get you where you need to be. So it's a two-way street there, guys. So be a little intimidated, Laura. It's okay if you never worked with it before. I always say anybody that's using AI today, say trust what it's trying to give you, but verify what it gave you. Because AI can be wrong. It has happened. It can be misinformed. It could not understand what you're asking for. So tweak it, adjust it. So get ready for it. There you go, Brian. So all those emotions meet the base. Tense, a little bit intimidated, skeptical about its use, but curious. I like that giddiness. Could it be eagerness? But even that cautiousness, saying, hey, I'm ready for it. And I think Brian saying, I'm ready for it, or I'm ready for it, Nora. Don't worry. So being hopeful about it as well. But be mistrustful, be guarded. As I stated, software. You probably use software that worked perfectly the first time. You probably use software that unfortunately the results were not what you're expecting. So you have to look at, are you going to continue to use it or are you going to go to a different product? So let's go to a different aspect of AI use. Picture this. Let's imagine this. You magically, smoke and mirrors, gain 2 extra hours every week. Just gain 2 extra hours every week. What would you do with those 2 hours? And this could be personal or professional. What would you do? Read a book? Learn something new? Travel? Take a walk? Take a breath before you go to the next meeting. Give me something in chat. What would you do if you got 2 extra hours every week? Look at Claire. I like to do something more productive. Maybe it's more doom scrolling. Look at the local news. Keep up to date. That's what I'm talking about. Take a nap. Sleep is important. Sometimes we don't get enough, so let's take a break and take a rest. Take a siesta. There you go. Be productive. Learn more. So what if it was AI that gave you those 2 hours? Because you have something that takes long. It's a repetitive task, and AI automated that for you. All of a sudden, you have more time to do more things. It could be you want to be productive at work. You take initiatives. You create a new project. You see something the company needed, and you hadn't had time to work on it, but now you do. And you can collaborate with your counterparts because hopefully it's not just you getting those 2 hours extra. Everybody's using AI to be more effective and efficient. So great answers, guys. I like the rest. If I could take a siesta, I'll take a siesta in a heartbeat. But I also like to be ever learning. I'm a trainer. I like to educate myself, but I also like to share that information. So I'll read a good book in a heartbeat or search for it on the internet, of course. So our simple goal for today in this 1 hour session is to kickstart your AI use. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have a desire to learn something about it. So what is the one small way that you can turn these feelings into a real opportunity for your role and impact your job today or your position in the company? I'll say simply, is there a way that AI can create an opportunity for you in your work? Is it something you're doing that it can help you with? Are you drafting some type of email? Can it help you with that? Are you attending meetings and you're getting the write up of the meeting and you're getting a summary of what was said in the meeting? Did you miss the meeting? Can you get a transcript of it to give a summarization of what happened in the meeting and more? Do you need a to-do list? Can it help you with your to-do list? It can be that simple. So maybe it's something you want to automate as a repetitive task. AI can be your work buddy. The essence of what you need to know about AI is what is it, basically, and how to use its assistants, a virtual assistants called something like Copilot, to start using this tool to effectively support your careers or your personal goals. So when we want to look under the hood or behind the scenes, AI was not the first out. Machine learning was out before AI. You're talking about late 70s, early 80s. Is powered by a massive amount of data that was being aggregated. That the large language models like ChatGPT, or you don't even have to know that. If you heard of it, then great. But it allows you to generate human-like responses through language, mainly text. But of course, now with generative AI, you can tell Copilot generate this for me. Now it's not just large language models anymore, massive amount of data. You can integrate AI with your business and have your own repository data that can do small language models. Maybe it's not trillions of data points, maybe it's millions of data points that you are analyzing. But it works through prompting. It has an input that you provide as a user, and it can generate a response if it can find the data, or it can generate a response based off of maybe something you asking. That response could be text. So maybe Claire, you say, hey, AI, these are some great skills I have. Can you generate me a resume? And it could try to generate you a resume. Or you say, can you generate me a resume based off of recommended templates from Indeed for my job role for this position? Now AI is going out into Indeed and seeing the role that you're looking for and taking your input and converting over it to a resume that hopefully could possibly get you hired. But it can generate images and more. It can generate video, which is a whole nother level of we better watch out what AI can do for us. But the images, now let's give it a whirl. AI has protection in place. Say this image is copyright protected, or the user don't want you to use their image. So it's gonna stop you. Say, hold up, you can't do that. It's gonna act responsibly. It's gonna force you to, or try to make you act responsibly. But maybe you ask AI, and I do this in my class. I say, generate an image of Deadpool riding a narwhal, the unicorn of the sea. If you don't know what that is, and it's a character. It's a comic character, and it would do it from an anime to an image of Deadpool riding a narwhal. I'm like, I have never seen him ride a narwhal in any of the cartoons or comics or the movies, but AI knew how to do it. And if this is an image that is not copyright or protected, then it could be an image that you can utilize. Maybe it's an image for a logo or some type of company brand that AI is helping you to design. But Microsoft Copilot is one of the AI powered productivity tools of the day. It comes from Microsoft. It ties into a lot of Microsoft features and functionality from 365, Azure, and more. By integrating with your existing workflows, now it has a huge repository of data that can use when you are prompting it for something of value. Maybe, Latoya, you want AI to generate an email. Who's the email going to? In my company, we have insights built into our employees. We know how to interact with them. We know what the love language is. We know that this person likes terse information with bulleted points. We know this person like a story to be told of what you want them to do first so they can get an idea. Now, do I know that for every employee? My company has over 300 locations worldwide. I don't know everybody's inside, but AI has it because we took the test. We took the analysis. So AI would tell me, hey, no, you're trying to send an email to Latoya. Latoya likes bulleted points. Do it now. So it can change my email to a format that will work for the end user. But another great thing about AI is let you rate it. It said, did I do good? If you say, no, that's not what I was looking for. Or it might go to Latoya and say, did that last email work effectively for you from Nora? Latoya said, yeah, that was exactly what I was looking for. No, I wanted more. AI is going to send that back to me and say, hey, your email was okay, but Latoya says, I want more details. Let's address this. Let's redraft the update and send it back out. That's all automated versus Latoya calling me up and say, no, I don't know what you said in that email. Can you give me more details? What is this, and this? AI is being our assistant, but it is an assistant. It's called Copilot, your right hand or your left hand, but not the pilot. You are the pilot, so you can use it well, but you have to know how to use it for your business case. So these are examples of generative AI today, guys. Quickly draft a professional email. That's often used. Create new images for products and services. Microsoft generate the 50-year image. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. It has things on it that some of us haven't seen in years. How many guys remember floppy drives? Please get one, please get one, please get one. How many guys remember floppy drives? Claire says, I am not answering that, Nora. I cannot confirm or deny. Why do I say please get one? Because that's telling your age a little bit. Because we used to install Windows, DOS, with like 20 or 30 floppy drives. And you have to install them in order in the original, or it will cancel the installation. You have to start over again. They got fancy once they put in disk 15 of 30. It's on that 50-year image. And when I saw it, I bust out laughing. I'm like, how many people in the world is going to know what that image really depicts? And luckily, some of you guys will. You might even remember it's not the original floppy. It's not an 8 size. It was a 5.25 or 5.5. So they generated that, and they had all the other things to the 50-year image that they're using as a part of their branding and their marketing. But that's marketing. Now we got an image that we can promote that Microsoft is 50 years old. And this is something that people will recognize and accelerate the localization of that, but also the distribution of that. You see that on LinkedIn, you see it on browsing, you see it on the Microsoft portal, you see it on MS Learn, you see it on AI Fest. But AI can go further. It's agents, software that can be triggered to respond to inquiries or events or automated. Like if I go into the HR apps, it keeps a record of what I did before. So it's like some threat analysis, yes, but it's also some protection. It says, Nora, what do you want to do today? You want to check this or this? I'm like, oh, well, that's what I usually do. Yeah, give me this. So I don't have to go searching for the information. It gets me to where I need to be immediately. So it's building up that knowledge base about you, but also building up that knowledge base for what your company has that you can access. And don't think artificial intelligence, if we take it into our company with more of the professional editions, don't follow security and rules. So KF, if you say I should not have access to the data, I can try to ask Copilot to get it. Copilot's gonna be like, no, corporate policy says you cannot have access to that data. And it's gonna reject my request. So it has those built-in protections as well, or you can customize it. So organizations are adopting AI early, and those are the organizations that are going to be able to have that competitive edge. So you, as the information worker, the business employee, the first step is to start using it and get better and better as you continue to use. We already seeing real world impact with AI. And here's some of those impacts from the Microsoft's World Trend Index annual report. That this is in 2023, guys. It's 2 years later. That's a lot of changes in technology and the use of technology, even in 2 years. Work is moving faster, more data communications, doing more with less, pressure to be productive. Having the company require you give me 5 bullets of what you have done this week is not unheard of to prove case of what you're doing to excel in the company, but also to keep your job role. That is not unheard of. But it's helping you to be relevant and succeed in your work. AI can say, you got to send something to Curtis, and Curtis have formats that Curtis likes when that document is being generated. Want me to use that template? So you can get a better response with Curtis rather than sending something that Curtis will be like, I don't even know what you're saying, fix this, readdress this. So knowledge workers are being more creative. They're getting a jump start on business processes, over 68%. Functional business roles are reporting reduction in administrative tasks. If I can automate it, then I don't have to worry about it. I'll check and I can get notification if it occurred like I expect, but now I can work on other tasks. Maybe I got that 2 hours. What am I going to do with that 2 hours? Maybe I'll be more productive for the business. But even in data and IT, I remember the days that Nancy, if you came to me and say, no, I need this file, I would have to go and get the hard copy of the file. I had to go into storage and try to find it. If somebody placed it in the right location or file it properly, then I'm gonna work practically all day or maybe a couple of days to find the file and then get it back to you. Then you got this proliferation of data electronic. If it's not organized properly, then I'm gonna have to drill down into that and try to find your file. Now you have document intelligence tied into AI with document searching and indexing. So I can find your data a whole lot quicker. So I'm spending less time searching for your information. So are you. Because you don't have to ask Nora for it. You can use Copilot or AI say, can you get this information for me? If you have access and privileges, then it could attempt to do so. So take it even further. You got a virtual assistant. AI is ever evolving. New features, new functionality today that you get in your first kickstart in it is your beginning. If you have never used it before, adopt it early. It is not going away anytime soon. You get ahead of the game. Or you don't adopt it, then you get left behind, right? Unless your business says, we are never going to touch AI, you're going to stay with that company until you retire, you're going to have some type of utilization of it, especially if it's Microsoft products. But there's other artificial intelligence assistants out there that you might be using, whether you know it or not. So artificial intelligence agents, often known as virtual assistants back in the day, but some of us still refer to it as that, are software tools. Smart, learning, trainable tools. And with Copilot tied to so many Microsoft products and third party now, you can use the AI without coding. But let's bring it back to the real world. I'm a tech. I've been in this business over 30 years. Sometimes I need coding. How many of you guys know that artificial intelligence with Copilot, as an example, you can say, hey, Copilot, generate me a Python script that would do this. Generate me a PowerShell script that would do this. Or here's my script. It's not working, Copilot. Can you take a look and see what's going on and give me some help? How many of you guys knew it could do that? Brian? Isn't it crazy? Car? Oh, you working yourself out of scripting? No, you still got to trust it, but verify. What if it misstates your line of code and it doesn't give you the results that you need? Then you got to be able to troubleshoot that and fix it. But the fact that it can. So if you don't want to use the Copilot without coding, do it. That's what it's designed for. But if you need to integrate it with GitHub, Docker, or whatever VS Code and other coding you use, don't think it cannot help you out. So look what it can do. Your AI work buddy. Create automated agenda preparation. Here's my real world example of that. My companies have meetings, but I'm doing what I do. I'm training, so I don't attend all the meetings. And at one time, it was a impetus that said, "Hey, you need to watch the recording." I'm like, "I will watch the recording." Then we tied into AI Copilot with 365. I'm like, "Why would I watch the meeting recording?" Copilot just gave me a summary. It told me the agenda. It told me the initiatives. It told me if I was involved with anything and where I need to address that, to the point of setting up meetings for me or saying, do you want to set up a meeting with this individual to correlate what the results of the summary said, saying, Nora Daniels, you better be able to get this done. That's an example. But recapping the meeting, give me a transcript summary with possibly different languages. My company has locations over 300 locations worldwide. I've had instances when the person that's doing the meeting throws out a word that doesn't sound always comfortable with everyone in the meeting in a different language, and Copilot will translate that, or it will pop up with a translate this to make sure you understand what was being said. But even collaborative brainstorming, we use this in our teams meeting to identify what are the technical advances of the day and how we're going to be able to support you that are looking at getting educated on it and provide that as a service. But transforming existing tests into another form, editing and tailoring your results to a format that's effective for the end user that's receiving it. Being able to summarize long text. How many of you guys still get these long texts that are over 20 lines and all you said was, Curtis, what do we want to go for lunch today? And the person's telling you a story, and you're like, all I asked you what you want to do for lunch. Copilot could have scanned that long text and say they are interested in eating this type of meal. And I'll be saying, okay, Curtis, let's go get this. We'll meet there. So does any of these everyday tasks at work sound familiar to you? That might be time consuming for you now, that maybe AI can help you expedite the process. Summarizing notes, creating a to-do list, suggesting replies to threads. We know Exchange has been doing that for years, but now Copilot is looking at how you responded to other emails, and it's building up a knowledge base for you. Say when you talk to KF wants you to respond like this, more terse. When you talk to Ranjit wanted a more gregarious response. Make it exciting to get them motivated. So picture these examples and think about it. This is the Kickstarter. What aspect of your everyday role can you see maybe AI helping out with, and Copilot as an example? Are you going to meetings trying to scramble to write things down? AI can give you the key points of the meeting as an example. So think about it. Then plan the small, easy actions. Being able to build with AI and Copilots is something that we got to identify if it's important and do it responsibly, but get started. And that's the journey, guys. But we have to do it responsibly. We know there are a variety of different repositories of information out there that is suspect. We know that. Responsible AI, we should have a checklist in our mind, in our souls, as a part of corporate legalities and regulations and compliance. When we ask AI for something, we got to be clear. We need to be specific. Tell AI what you expect in the end. What are you looking for to make sure it gets you there? Verify the accuracy. I said it again. I said it before, I'll say it again. Trust the co-pilot, but verify. It can be wrong. It can be incorrect initially. We call that iterative prompting. You give AI a request, it's not near what you need. You say, AI, that's not what I asked you for. AI is going to say, well, help me get you where you need to be. Give me examples. Give me greater detail. You're generic now. Be exact if you can. But watch for bias, gender, racial, socioeconomic. AI builds on what you have asked on it. It builds a pattern by building up a knowledge base about how you utilize it, and that can be skewed. It can enforce or reinforce one side perspective because you keep asking it the same thing in the same way. And you might say, whoa, 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 why are you promoting it that way, Copilot? Because you have been asking me to do so. Well, we need to check that and train you differently because it's showing some type of unfortunate bias. We got to ensure clarity. We got to ensure fairness and align that to your corporate goals, hopefully, and your personal goals. Let's keep it real. We got to respect privacy. How many guys have seen people put things out on the internet that you said, whoa, why did you post that? Why did you put that out there? That's kind of personal information. That could be even payment card information. That could be HIPAA information, healthcare information. Why are you putting that out there? But what if they were doing it through a co-pilot that didn't stop them? Now your corporate intellectual property be out in the way, not just your personal. So AI, if you're going to use it, should be responsible enough and planned and designed and coded enough, which it does have it, to say, whoa, that's sensitive information for the company. That's for official use only. You're trying to send it outside our control. We're not going to let you do that. Because we in IT is going to set up those rules to block you from doing that. And being transparent. Artificial intelligence told you why it blocked it, saying that is considered corporate use only. We got to retain it in our own repository. You're trying to forward it out of our control. That's disallowed. And these are the regulations you are breaking. Or here's the person you need to contact to identify why you're no longer compliant with the use of this intellectual property data. So I need to know what AI can do, but I also should be very focused on what it should not be doing and what it cannot do. And if it's your software, it should be transparent enough to tell me that. And it should be telling you as the business user, saying, you try this, we're going to let you continue. You try something that's against responsible AI, we're going to stop you immediately. So building your small, easy AI habits, you have to look at what do you want AI to provide for you? What is the AI powered task you want to try daily? Would it be summarizing your emails? How many of you guys get very long-winded emails and you roll it, scrolling through it, trying to get the key points? How about letting AI do that for you? And if you don't like the key points, you can adjust it. Say, what about paragraph 3? There's something in there about this. Can you give me a summarization of what that's saying? Or maybe you're responding to the email and AI saying, the format that you're using is not effective. Let's adjust that. So how are you going to integrate it in your daily routines? After you open up the email, check the summarization and see if it's enough. Say, oh, well, that's exactly what I was looking for. Or wait, I need more details. Let me drill into the email, get the more details as necessary. But AI can go so much further. How many guys know that sticky notes don't have to be the hard copy anymore? You can have sticky notes that are electronic. And what AI can do is that's content. It can store that content. Well, I'm not saying AI, but you can in a repository. And I can refer to it and say, hey, Debbie, you have a sticky note that you should be using me today. Let's get busy. What you going to use me for? I can do this, this, and this. What do you want me to do? So it's not just monitoring your sticky notes for value. It's actually setting up a reminder to tell you, let's do some AI today. Let's do some Copilot today. And it becomes a tool that can track your AI habit and give you a little bit of accountability. Saying, Shannon, you said you're going to use AI 5 times a day. You only use me 4. Let's get that 5th one done. So it's giving you insight. And you can share that with a peer, saying, hey, I sent you that email. It was AI driven. What do you think? You didn't check off with the AI down the bottom whether it was successful or not with the value that you wanted. So what do you think? Well, I thought it was okay. It said what I wanted to hear. Then you can tell AI that draft you did in email was great. It was good. The person was happy with it. So even though they didn't respond, you give AI an update. AI is building up that knowledge base. Say, okay, that's a format that you like for the individual. And that's a tip you can follow for future communications and collaboration. So that's the action plan. How can AI and co-pilots assist in your daily tasks? But let's look at the bigger picture. Yes, we want you to be more productive. We want you to be more efficient. We want you to be fast and accurate. When I say we, this is the business case. Look at all these organizations. There's more. What are they looking for? Productivity gains, increased speed, scale, but accuracy. Don't forget the accuracy. You give me garbage in, I'm gonna get garbage out. We want to reduce operational costs. I don't want to have to clean up what you generate with AI because you didn't train it properly. You didn't give it the exact, concise results that you're expecting. You gave it generic information, you gave you generic results. And that could be the next level of giving that 2 hour additional free because you automate a process that will take you 2 hours to complete or 2 days to complete. That's the business breakthrough. Faster case resolutions, decrease in case handling if that's your job role in the business, having better analysis of sales and invoices. That could be critical if you're in that department of the business. So organizations are using AI to do a lot of transformation to increase what? Speed, scale, efficiency, and more. Streamline through automation gives us the ability that the administrative effort to do our job is segmented. If it's something I do every day and it's automated, then I can do other things with that time that I just have made available to me as a person in the company per that job role. So I can be more innovative. Look at this one company slashing time to market by 75%. That's a game changer for companies out there that has so much competition. Using Copilot to analyze market trends. We do that in my company, guys. Just be honest. We know what we want to know what the trends are by the technological leaders. We also use information from you guys when you go to these classes and sessions saying, I like this, I'm very interested in this. We get this to our marketing information through analytics, through AI now. It used to be they have to read through all the paperwork and see what you guys said. And they can build those insights, but also use that to build business case of value. You go to our site, you'll see it'll change because we're marketing for what is a, a critical aspect of how businesses are doing their job, what's being promoted as a new skill set, what new technology. So you see, we're promoting those classes and services. So we're doing that full funnel analysis through AI now. And we tweaking it as we go through, of course. So Copilot can draft and even optimize the content, verify inclusiveness, making sure it's meeting the AI responsibility and more. I remember I was doing on LinkedIn a notification of something I had done. It's under my business. And I was writing it up and I thought it sounded good, but I didn't feel 100 about it. So it ties into AI now, Copilot or a former Copilot. It says, no, are you about to post that? You want me to take a look and see what kind of effect it would have? And I said, yeah, show me the different versions. In one version, I didn't like it all. In the other version, I liked, but I didn't like all the details. So I took a portion of it and I adjusted my post. Then I had AI take another look at it and say, oh, well, I see you use some of mine, but I do like what you left. That's a good one. Let's post it. And it said, let's post. I like, let's post it then. So it helped me provide more value by being more professional with what I was going to be able to present to the world of my LinkedIn followers, as an example, or whoever's connected to me can review my information. So picture for that for your company. That was one of my real world examples of how I've used Copilot and other tools. But I want to show you the Microsoft image too. Can everybody see this to the right? That little floppy drive. Just a show of history. Who thought Microsoft was going to use generative AI to put that all together? I can see them asking generative AI, what have been the technological changes in Microsoft for the past 50 years? What kind of medium have we integrated with? What kind of software technology have we promoted? What kind of gaming solutions have we rendered to the market? And all of a sudden, Copilot give a listen, and Microsoft, the developer say, well, generate an image about that, Copilot. And Copilot's like, okay, and throw that all together. But everything you see in that drawing, you can relate to Microsoft in a fashion over the time of over 50 years. So let's see your light bulb moment. Let's see your inspiration by looking at what other individuals that may or may not work with Microsoft have used their AI assistant for. Drafting emails. Has anyone used AI to draft an email or help you draft the email? If you have, say yes in chat. If you have not, say no. Has anybody used AI, Copilot, or something to help you draft the email? If you have, say yes. If you have not, say no. Look, Samantha says yes. Claire. Kamali, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Brian, Shannon. Was it effective? Did the person send an email response back and say, that was excellent. Thank you for your information. Let's run with this. I see Laura says not yet, but I'm looking at it, Nora. And Samantha says, I use it every day. Email Nora, recognize. So look at this. Is this person going to ask Copilot to help them draft the email for their leadership team? That's not playing. You talking to the big people above you, highlighting a new campaign. Let's listen. Now, I'm going to have to mute my mic because you'll get two audio responses with echo if I don't, but let me know if you cannot hear it.
Picture this. You're about to launch a big campaign and you need the perfect email to grab everyone's attention. What if I told you there's an AI that can help you craft that email in seconds? Hi, my name's Kiana Darling, and I'm a marketing professional here at Microsoft. And my New Year's resolution is to improve my email efficiency with my leadership team. Drafting emails can be very time-consuming, so I'm using Microsoft's AI Copilot to assist me in drafting the perfect email for my campaign. Come and check this out. So I'm pulling up my Copilot app and I'm typing in, can you help me draft an email for my leadership team highlighting my new campaign? And in seconds, it populated an email draft for me to use. All you have to do is go to the App Store, select your free Copilot app, accept some permissions, and put your name, choose your sound, and you're great to go. Thanks for watching. Check out the caption for a link to learn more, and let me know in the comments how you'll be using Copilot.
And it's not just going to be in the presentation. I'm going to give you additional information here. Here's how you can learn a little bit more about everyday tasks with AI and Copilot, even a link to get into Copilot. Now, if you have Edge, you can just click on the Copilot icon and it will pretty much launch it. If you're in a corporation, they would have paid for the licensing to get more of the Pro edition of Copilot, and you'll be able to access through your UI or through little shortcut keys. But drafting the email in seconds to meet the corporate doctrine requirements, that's what that's identifying in that presentation, guys.
Picture this.
But check this, creating a strategy document as quickly as possible through the use of Copilot. Let's watch this.
I have to draft the strategy document today, and it's going to take all day.
Just use Copilot.
I'm not sure that'll save me time.
Okay, how about you draft your strategy document today without Copilot, and I'm going to use Copilot, and let's see who's done faster.
Like a race?
Exactly, let's go. All right, I need to draft a strategy document. Let me start by asking Copilot, please provide me a draft template for an executive strategy document. All done. If you want to save time in your day, Download Microsoft Copilot for free in your App Store. Open up your App Store. Once it downloads, type in your name, choose your voice, and accept some permissions, and you're ready to go.
Now, how many of you guys have been in that situation? You're trying to do a letter or letterhead, draft some type of corporate document, and you saw the guy. He was like, "Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? How can I get this done?" And the counterpart said, "Done in 30 minutes with Copilot." What sold me on the video was when he looked up and said, "You're done?" And the person was like, "Yeah." So that's the business case of advancing your capabilities through the use of these virtual assistants, guys. And the person asked for a strategy document. Those can come from your corporate intellectual property. Maybe they have a repository of approved strategy documents. They said which one you want for sales, marketing, depending on the business case. That's what you have today, guys. It doesn't have to pull it from the internet itself. So thinking of that in your world, what are one or two tasks in your daily work that feels repetitive, time consuming, manual? Maybe it's just a little bit frustrating that you have to always do it yourself. Which of these tasks might be the best candidate to initially get your feet wet, get into automating and streamlining through Copilot? Start there. Will be the best practice recommendation. When that gets to a good place, then the other time consuming tasks be the next stage. Get that 2 hour free. Get 10 hours free in a week. What can you do with 10 hours in a week? That could be incredible production, being productive, or just taking the time to take that breath. If you freed up time by automating tasks, how could you provide higher work value, as an example? Look what Clara said. Copilot helped me draft PowerPoints. Yes, I'm a trainer. It's all about PowerPoints in most cases. Create JSON code, JavaScript object notation code, and more. It could be a great way to automate workflow processes. Thank you, Claire, but take care as well. Glad you enjoyed the session. So thank you for sharing. So picture in your mind how you can kickstart your Copilot use. Start small, but it can become a large aspect of your day-to-day operations. But always look at being specific, giving effective prompts when you are putting an inquiry into Copilot. Tell it what you are expecting it to get you in the end. Be clear, concise to get better responses. Give it an example. Give it a sample. Use this corporate document as a base template. Use this PowerPoint slide that Claire created. I love that PowerPoint presentation. Use that as a base template. And if you have access to the PowerPoint slide that Claire shared, then that can become a source for yours. Be able to let Copilot know that if you're not correct, I'm going to help you get to a correctness by giving you better information. That sets Copilot with clear expectation. Even the format of the results. Maybe you initially had it in a PowerPoint slide, but you want to create a notes presentation. So you can hand those out to individuals so they can write down their own notes, like we did in the past. Now that's electronic, so they can type in their responses or have Copilot generate the notes page of what's going to be covered in the presentation. That's the next stage of it. So create a transcript and integrate that transcript with what was said as a part of the presentation. So when you're using Copilot, hope you got that link up and ready. We're going to do a quick little test on it. Did Copilot understand your prompt correctly? That's good. You said, "Hey, I want this." And Copilot's like, "I gave you something." Is it relevant and useful? Not give Copilot more. Be more clear and concise. Give it the examples. Give it a sample. You're refining your prompt with Copilot to improve the response. That's the best. That's that aha moment when Copilot gives you exactly what you're expecting. Like, whoa, that's an awesome email. That's an awesome marketing write-up or some initiative. And share that with your peers saying, "Hey, this thing actually works." And that pretty much improves its implementation in your business, provides that value. So if you haven't already opened up Copilot from the browser, please do so. And what I want you to do is put in this first prompt. Test it out. Now I'm going to do it with you. And it says, I need ideas for a company newsletter. Very similar to what we saw in the previous presentation video. Let's see what Copilot says. Very generic, right? You should have employee spotlights. We do that in my business. Company milestone, we do that in our presentation. Everything Copilot is telling us what we should have, very generically. Okay, most individuals that are doing this type of role would know. Okay, I need to have industry trends, maybe some fun corners like we have a shout out. So tell us what people are doing or what you heard people are doing, how they're helping you in the business and more. So like a more of a feedback loop. But that's very generic. Let's give Copilot some very concise, clear prompts. So try this different one. It says, I'm working on our company newsletter again. Can you suggest topics related to productivity tips for financial insights? Each topic should include a compelling headline and a short summary that highlights its relevance to the audience. Let's see what Copilot says now. Of course, Noor, because I'm logged in. There's my headline. Learn how to prioritize tasks, minimize distractions, utilize scheduling, focus on my financial, making better decision making, automating data, analysis and aggregation, even audit communication, but in the financial world. So it gave me greater value because I gave Copilot greater details to provide the response. Give me some input that's relevant. And it even gives me more problems. Want some best practices? What are the current trends in the financial analysis field? Can you suggest more productive topics for financial analysts? That's Copilot saying, did I give you what you were expecting? If I didn't, help me to give you more and get to that exact response that you would say is the best to be able to utilize that for your business processes. So as I mentioned, this is the start. We just want you to get that kick, get that toe in the water and see how Copilot can take your business acumen and how you support your job role to the next level or for personal use. So I believe that's it for the 1 hour session. We gave you the welcome, but we gave you the information about the AI Fest. Don't forget that. Get that one badge for recognizing you attended the course, the webinar. Would help us break a Guinness record by having the most people attend this session or all the AI Fest sessions. Meet your AI work buddy. It can help you if used wisely and responsibly. Solve a real life work problem. If it's something that's taking an excessive amount of time, that's repetitive, why not try Copilot and see if it can expedite the process, free you up for something else? But be concise, be clear, use iteration. If Copilot gives you something that you don't want, help it to give you something better till you get to where you want to be with the relevant response. But plan small. Because once you get that first aha moment with Copilot, that'll be the gateway to using it even more effectively, to advancing the skills and working with it smarter. So are there any final questions? Because I know that's a lot, but it's something to celebrate that you're here. You identifying that there is an interest in virtual assistants like Copilot, and I hope that takes you further to its implementation in years. So congratulations. Go out there and get your milestone badge by going and register for the AI Skill Fest. Join that Guinness Book of Records, or help us get into the Guinness Book of Records, us being Microsoft. I hope you have enjoyed the webinar. I hope you have another continuation of a great day. And I hope to see you in future classes, guys. Thanks for attending. You are very welcome. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Brian. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Latoya. Glad you enjoyed. And fireflies. I like that little Zoom ID because I had to do a double glance when I saw it. Respect. I like that. Thanks, guys. You are very welcome. And remember, you have a phone, you can scan the QR code and that can get you straight to the site. You're very welcome, Ranjit. Thank you. I'm gonna close out the presentation. Go into the site, register, look what's else out there. There could be some other sessions you want to take in the next 50 days, or look for training that you might want to just go all in with your artificial intelligence, machine learning tools that you can implement as a part of your business role. So get started, guys. So I'm gonna stop the share. And I'll be closing down the meeting soon. Les Bob, Fireflies KF, the new Sky. Awesome name. Ranjit or Sharon, you have anything else for me? Otherwise, you can leave the meeting at this time. Take care, guys.